Pepe Army, welcome back to my crypto journey. Of course, my name is Roddy. Do me a favor and smash the like button if you are excited for Pepe's nice little price pump today. We're in the 16s, and like the video if you also think that Pepe is bigger than big. Of course, Pepe continuing the trend of retweeting Elon Musk saying bigger than big, and pretty much just saying Elon Musk will give us a little retweet because the last time Elon Musk tweeted something about Pepe, it absolutely sent to the moon. And I like this picture because it says, pretty much in cryptocurrency, this is like an inside joke. We talk about big brains. You invest in a cryptocurrency and it pumps for no reason, but you're automatically a smart investor extraordinaire. But let me know in the comments down below. Do you know what locked liquidity is? Let me know in the comments if you know before I get to that part in the video, because I'm going to be talking about what locked liquidity is, why it's important, or why it's not even a big deal depending on the cryptocurrency project. But I want you guys to go ahead and let me know in the comments, and I'll see who's right and who's wrong before I get there, because I want to mix all sorts of crypto education with meme coins and other cryptocurrency news all in one video, so you guys can get your daily Pepe or meme coin fix and learn a little more about crypto. But first, let's look at this price action, baby, because Pepe is doing some nice things today. It was up as much as 6% on the day. We see a nice increase in market cap size, a nice increase in volume, which is king. And we like to see that over the last 7 days. Pepe has done some pretty nice numbers, getting close to its weekly high. But the entire cryptocurrency market is also looking good, right? At $1.19 trillion market cap. And Pepe is continuing to trend. And we see that Bitcoin is up slightly on the 24-hour period, but Ethereum is down. Now, what's interesting is that Bitcoin dominance is rising, and that has to do with the Bitcoin halving. So the Bitcoin halving is an event that happens every 4 years where the supply of Bitcoin is cut in half, right? Now, Bitcoin dominance is pretty much how much of the market Bitcoin controls. And right now it's about 49%. So if you see the market cap size of Bitcoin, almost $600 billion, it's really close to, half the entire market cap size. So it's getting there, right? And this is why I always encourage people to at least buy a little bit of Bitcoin if you can. I mean, of course, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy on YouTube. But a good way to do it, if you're using a centralized exchange, is to like buy it, put a recurring buy maybe $20 every week or something like that, whatever you can afford, and then sending that to a non-custodial wallet, a ledger, and those sorts of things. So Pepe doing well. So why send it to a non-custodial wallet? Why not just leave it on an exchange? Well, another big piece of news today is, well, it was yesterday, but so bankrupt FTX says they have recovered $7 billion in liquid assets, which is good. So, of course, FTX, if you're new to crypto space, I'm sure a lot of you aren't, was an exchange that was run by a guy named Sam Bankman-Fried. That was one of the top exchanges in the space. Turns out they were doing a lot of shady things behind the scene. They weren't doing what an exchange is supposed to do. What is an exchange supposed to do? You give the exchange money, they give you your crypto, they hold your crypto on their exchange, and they take a small fee for the work. It turns out with FTX, we were giving them our money. They were gambling it, doing crazy stuff with another company called Alameda Research. When everyone went to pull all their money on these exchanges, off these exchanges, they didn't have it, caused a run in the bank. Now, SBF is going to trial for criminal stuff in about 4 months. It's going to be very interesting. So, look, there are better exchanges in the world. I think that Binance is good. I think that Coinbase is good. At the end of the day, I do not trust these exchanges because if you guys don't know, the cryptocurrency is not insured on exchanges. That means if you have crypto on an exchange and they go bankrupt, they're not obligated to give you 100% of that crypto back. They have to pay it back to people they owe money to first, and you're not first in that line. So make sure you always, handle your own crypto, not your keys, not your crypto, right? It's what it is. When these guys go bankrupt, you're the last one to get your money back. In fact, bankrupt Voyager, right, a popular exchange that kind of grew to prominence during 2022, they're only going to give back 30% to a dollar on what they owe their customers, which is pretty sad. It's perfectly legal, right? So absolutely insane. Okay, so let's talk about top meme coins. How is Pepe doing? Well, Pepe is still battling for the #1 spot when it comes to daily trading volume between Dogecoin and Pepe. It seems that SHIB is a little bit on the back burner. Now, I know a lot of people get mad when I say maybe things that may seem negative towards SHIB. But guys, it's not me just making this, saying this and, speaking it into existence. It is what it is. If Pepe dumps 20% on the day, it is what it is. I'm not fighting it. If Pepe pumps 20% on the day, it is what it is. I can't control what happens. I can just report the news. So don't get mad that SHIB is not doing so hot when it comes to volume when you compare it to Doge and Pepe. Now, why is volume important? We talked about this last video, right? Because volume's the number one thing exchanges look for, right? They care about volume, right? The daily volume is the interest in the token. And if it's, having crazy volume, that means the exchanges will collect more fees if they list it on their exchange. So Coinbase, come list your boys. Okay, what is lock liquidity? All right, so if we go to this website called Dex Tools, which I'm sure a lot of you use, you can see how much liquidity a project has in it. Right now, keep in mind that liquidity pools are different depending on where the heck this token is at. So obviously we have it on right here. This is the Uniswap V2 pool. And this is like super common to have a 100% in the liquidity in the Uniswap V2 pool if it's a new token and they're not on any exchanges. Each exchange usually has their own liquidity pools or their own tokens and stuff like that, so it can be distributed off to in many different places. And you have to keep in mind that if they bridge over to the BNB chain, which Pepe did, right, and over to Arbitrum like they did, well, those are also different liquidity pools, so you kind of have to combine those, right? Okay, so what is locked liquidity? Now, as you can see right here, there's a little lock right here with a little green circle, or it's not green. If this circle is green, that means there's a certain percentage, depending on how big the circle is, of that token's liquidity locked, right? And if it is locked, you can find it on different places. It's called Unicrypt, Team Finance, DXL, FlokiLock, GemPadlock, and there's many other liquidity lockers in the space. But most common people use Unicrypt. So why is locked liquidity so important? And why is it not important at the same time? Well, usually when a project locks their liquidity, that means they can't just rug pull the project all at once, right? Obviously, we haven't seen a ton of rug pulls in our space recently. We've seen slow rug pulls, which is top wallets on projects selling over time, because that's a way around a rug pull. But if you lock your liquidity, it's pretty much like a stamp of, you could say like some sort of trust, stamp of approval or trust that the project isn't going to rug all of its liquidity all at once, because it can, because it's locked, right? Pretty much these projects, when they use a liquidity locker, they're pretty much telling these liquidity lockers like, hey, we're locking 50%, 100% of our liquidity in your locker for a allotted amount of time. Now, if it is locked, which Pepe's isn't, right, it's not locked, right? You can go ahead and see it, how long the duration is, and those sort of things on these different websites. Let me see if I can find one that has lock liquidity. Okay, this one's called Mung. As you can see right here, almost 100% of the liquidity is locked. You can see right here, 98% of the liquidity is locked for 101 years. Obviously, Mung is not doing so hot. It looks like a slow rug pull. Now, why is it not important? Also, because it's like kind of a give and take thing in cryptocurrency. If you trust the project, if you trust the devs, then having the liquidity unlocked isn't such a big deal, because sometimes these projects need to use some of the liquidity to maybe get on exchanges, maybe pay for things, those sorts of things. So that's why lock liquidity could be important, not important. Now, if you're getting into a project with a bunch of developers who are not docs, and maybe they've been known to rug pull other projects, or maybe they have like ties to other deployer wallets and stuff like that, well, then, it's better to have those tokens locked, because, they could rug pull the project all at once. But it really doesn't matter sometimes. And a lot of people were accusing Pepe, like the devs, for selling Pepe slowly, because this is what they're doing, right? They're going to these top wallets, right? If you go over here to Etherscan, we can go over to holders. And what you guys will notice is that a lot of the top wallets and projects, not just Pepe, right? A lot of these top wallets that are not exchanges, they'll have a significant amount of the token, and they're going to be the ones that were first in on the project. And obviously, you can see right here, this wallet, for example, which is not an exchange, has $7.7 million in the project. Now, theoretically, this person could try to sell all of these tokens at once, but they're not going to get anywhere near the $7.7 million, because there's not that much liquidity in the project. So these wallets have to slowly sell over time, maybe $100,000 a month, maybe $50,000 every 2 months. It depends on the person and how much they want to sell. Now, people are accusing these wallets of being the devs. We just don't know. And To be honest, guys, let's be honest now. I mean, it's always different when it's not you. If you got into a project early and you made $8 million or $7 million, I'm sure you would take the time to slowly sell over time to change your life. That's what meme coins are about. I never get mad at people getting in early on a project, making a ton of money, and then selling slowly over time, because that's what you're supposed to do in crypto. Nothing is promised, right? Why would you hold a bag just because some a-hole on the internet is getting mad at you for selling? No, if yeah, and this is everybody. If you get into a project early and you make life-changing money, you may never get that chance again. And being a cryptocurrency influencer for just like 2 years, I've had so many people say, "Oh, I should have sold or I should have took profits," and they don't. Why? Because they listen to people on Twitter, they listen to YouTubers, they listen to all these other people that tell them, hold the bag, don't sell, while they're selling. So you always have to look out for number one in this space, and you are number one. No one knows how much debt you have and school loans and whatever you have, right? So make sure to help yourself. So hopefully that solved locked liquidity for you guys. Yes, Pepe's liquidity isn't locked, but I think it is a trusted project. Thank you guys so much for watching. Smash the like button and let me know in the comments down below if that was educational and did you guess it right. Thank you so much, and I will talk to you very, very soon. Peace.